You like the first podcast I seen that went on a podcast world tour.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about building a brand. And when you're building a brand, everything is possible. Nothing's impossible. You got to do whatever you got to do to make it to where you want it to be.
Man, how many months has it been? I feel like the last 2 months you've been kind of going super crazy. Do you feel like you figured out the formula? Because you're doing a lot of shit that I ain't really seen nobody else that comes on platforms. They don't take it to where you're taking it.
Well, so I took a page out of the rap book. So as a rapper, when you're building a brand and you kind of like trying to increase your overall footprint, you have to move around and you have to tap into markets that aren't necessarily familiar with your brand. So my whole thing is you never know where you're gonna get hot at.
Right.
Until you travel into those markets and get your feet wet, you hear me? I've had several people who have been interested in seeing me grow. Reallyfe Street Starz is at the front of that. My man Mafi.
Yeah, shout
My
out.
man Little from Detroit. They've been instrumental in helping me like grow my overall brand. I've had several people in my corner who've been doing everything in their power to kind of like open up doors for me. Because what I learned is that several doors had been closed before I had the opportunity to walk into them because there were people kind of like trying to shake salt all on me, you hear me? Kind of stop me from growing. I've been in rooms and I've talked to people who thought they knew me based on what somebody else had said about me in terms of somebody saying something negative about me. When they had the opportunity to meet me and get to know me and talk to me, it's totally different. I'm in now. So it feels better to be in than to be on the outside trying to figure it out.
Man, you pulled off one of the most monumental moves though, man. I ain't never seen Vlad get interviewed by a co-host. How did you end up pulling that off?
On his platform.
Yeah, on his platform.
It's only about 4 or 5 of us who ever interviewed him on his platform. When I went to do my interview, the All-Star JR thing had just happened.
Right.
And there were people saying, kind of like blaming him for JR getting locked up. And so prior to the interview even happening, he had an opportunity to talk to me. We talked about a half hour. And he had been doing a lot of research into who Dawg Face is and what I'm about, what my brand is about. And he just asked me. I didn't ask him. He asked me to interview him. And so I was nervous at first.
Yeah,
you hear me? Because when you're on
crazy.
a platform like that,
Yeah.
it is what it is, man. I took a deep breath and I made it happen.
That's hard. Yeah,
man. He asked me to do it and I did it. And then the conversation was supposed to be about the whole JR thing because I was involved with the whole booking process.
Right.
But it turned into a conversation that lasted about an hour and a half.
That's crazy, bro. Because now that we on the JR topic, let's stay here for a second, right? Mm-hmm. Some new news came out.
Yeah.
Break down the news that came out real quick.
Well, I mean, so everybody knows that what happened in Confessions.
Right.
And everybody knows that a couple of weeks ago, the feds picked up a part of the case, the firearm case. They charged him with being a felon in possession of a firearm.
Right.
So in my mind, I thought that was all it was going to be. I had no idea, even though I had sneaky suspicions in the back of my mind, because I know how, I'm learning about Texas, and I'm learning about power in the great state of Texas, right? Nothing is really what it appears in Texas. And if you have money and you have influence, Texas is one of them kind of states, man, where the money and the power, it really matters more than anything else. It's the money, the power, and the connections. And so he was charged yesterday with aggravated assault on Ben 10.
Right.
And when I thought about it, I was surprised because in my mind, when the feds picked up the gun charge, I'm used to the feds picking up everything that happened around the case. So I was genuinely surprised by the state coming back and charging him with aggravated assault. Because my thing is, if you're charging him with being a felon in possession of a firearm, everything that happened with that firearm, when the feds charge him, the feds normally pick up everything involving the situation. They normally don't just set anything down. Once the feds snatch a case up, they snatch the case up and everything that comes along with that case. So the gun was connected to the shooting. You can't separate the gun from the shooting, just like you can't separate the assault that took place before the shooting and the robbery that took place before the shooting. So I was surprised that when the gun charge happened from the feds, I felt like we could beat that. I feel like we can take it to trial, beat it, or at least come up with a cop that was doable.
Yeah.
So it was just crazy. And it is crazy because ain't no way in the world that he's supposed to be charged with aggravated assault on somebody who in the initial criminal complaint from the feds with the gun charge, in the criminal complaint, when you read it, it says that while being assaulted and robbed, a gun appeared and he took control of it,
right,
and he shot the people who were robbing and assaulting him.
Right.
So that within and of itself, that was a shocker. And so when the state charges came down, I knew for a fact that there are other things in play here that the naked eye can't see.
Okay, because what's my boy's name? Big Swole nigga that be doing the commentaries. He mentioned, right, that Ben 10 was telling.
He absolutely is.
Okay, so that's what it comes down to.
He absolutely is. So what happened is, people have to, you gotta take a look at what happens.
City Nash is what his name.
Seti
Nash.
Yeah, Seti Nash. So what happens, right? So let's put everything in perspective. The night this situation happened, the assault happened, the robbery happened, and then the subsequent shooting happened. JR didn't stay around. He left the gun and he left the state. He never made any statements outside of the songs and rap videos where he kind of like articulated what took place.
Right.
But he didn't talk to the feds. And then when the feds and the Texas officials, law enforcement officials did talk to him, when they asked him specifically where the gun come from, he said, I don't know where it came from. And he told them that he was being robbed and assaulted, and he wasn't looking to see where it came from. He don't know where it came from. They wanted him to point out an individual. He couldn't point out an individual because he didn't see anything. He was too busy being assaulted and robbed.
Yeah.
Right? And people talk about the 4 or 5 people who was assaulting him and robbing him, but it was a group of people. It was 10, 15 people all in the area. He didn't know where it was coming from. He was ducking his head. He was trying to avoid getting assaulted and avoid getting robbed. So he didn't know how many people were attacking him at that particular point in time.
See, my thing is, bro, like, if you get ambushed, nigga, that's self-defense. I mean, I get he took it to the next level. Do you think he was out of line for standing over him and shooting him?
So listen, I don't think, so let me just say this, right? If he was white, we wouldn't be having this conversation about how far he took it. So there is precedence in federal and in state law that says that. So on the surface, it says that a felon can't be in possession of a firearm for any reason.
Right.
But there is precedence that has been established that as a felon, if you are in fear of your life, if there's a clear and present danger and threat to your life, you can possess and use a firearm to protect your life.
Right.
But there's caveats to it. There's sidebars to it. And it says that, hey, listen, you can only possess and use a firearm as long as the threat to your life, your physical safety is clear and present. So the question becomes, at what point in time does he come to realization that he's no longer, that the people who are attacking him are no longer a danger to him? It's easy for somebody to sit back and look at the footage to become a Monday morning quarterback and say, hey, the threat was over here, here, and here. He should have stopped here, here, and here. But when you being attacked by multiple people,
you're just trying to survive.
You're just trying to survive.
Yeah.
So when it comes to, if he was white, or the first thing a white person would have said is that I was suffering from mental anxiety. I was suffering from temporary insanity. I was suffering from just being confused and being bewildered because of how the attack happened and how the robbery happened. So the question now becomes it's not, did he have the right to possess the firearm and use it? The question is, did he go too far? So people are alluding to, or just flat out saying that because he went too far, because he went further than the threat presented itself, they're saying that because he went too far in their minds, that's what constituted, that's what made him wrong. But in my mind, I'm saying when you being attacked, you being kicked, stumped, hit, motherfuckers raising chairs up in the air trying to crash you over the head with it, and people saw 5 people, but you got to look at it from his perspective. He didn't see 5 people or 6 people. He saw a crowd. He saw a mob attacking him. He wasn't looking back to see who was what. All he saw was that the mob presented themselves, and he didn't know where it was coming from. He was just being attacked. He defended himself.